I'm too positive for this crap. I'm too optimistic for this crap. And you would think, well, the topics you say are so dark all the time. Joker, that's out of service to the people. Because I realized, hey, it's stuff going on, and then it's like nobody saying nothing. People like scared to talk about it, or the news just keep covering it up. So yeah, let me just tell people what's going on over there, because over there is messed up. But still, for the most part, I'm an optimistic, positive type person. And for me to even talk about this stuff, it's just like a shocker. So, saying that, we got Buzzfeed talking about Tony Robbins. I mean, like in a bad way. Look at this article. There go Tony Robbins right there. Now, I don't know all about Tony Robbins, but I know enough to know that this is some of that funny stuff. Tony Robbins is the world's most famous self-help guru. Okay. This is the story he doesn't want you to read. And I'm like, oh no, not one of these. Tony Robbins, unlimited power at Buzzfeed's news investigation. Oh, look at that. You see that? Hey, that's the Tony Robbins I know. Hey, there he is. Wow, Tony Robbins. What a great... Oh, wait. A devil? He's actually... Wow, Buzzfeed is going to tell me that he's a devil. Oh no. Leak records reveal Tony Robbins berated abuse victims and former followers accuse him of sexual misconduct. Tony Robbins, wow. So we're going to go ahead and go up in here. World's most famous self-help guru whips crowds into fits of euphoria few pop stars could dream of. But many of his fans are grappling with life's most serious problems. Victim of sexual and physical abuse, along with people who struggle with addiction and have mental illnesses, pay thousands of dollars to see him on the promise he has the power to transform your life and rewire your brain. Oh, look how they did the quotations. At the core of Robbins' teachings is the message that his followers should not see themselves as victims and should instead view their pain as something that they have the power to destroy. All right, his main work with celebrities from Donald Trump to Bill Clinton to Oprah and the Kardashians. Exclusive membership of his program has cost as much as $85,000 a year. And I say to that, wow, good for him. $85,000 a year. You're helping people. You should be able to make money doing something that is a service to the people. You're changing lives. Why not? BuzzFeed news reporter. Are you helping people like that? Are you doing a service to the people? No. You're actually doing a misservice to the people with this bull crap. Because if you want to get down to the nitty gritty already into this, I'm going to tell y'all what they're doing. Tell y'all what they have a problem with. It's this right here. At the core of Robbins' teachings is the message that his followers should not see themselves as victims and should instead view their pain as something that they have the power to destroy. That's what it's all about. That's what they have a problem with. They want people to see themselves as the victims. Now, understand, yes, at some point in your life, you're probably a victim. But they want you to stay in that mentality, or when you're depressed, oh, I'm depressed. I'm hurting. Oh, my life. And then what they do, they come out and they go with the soft talking. Oh yeah, you really are a victim. Yeah. Well, yeah, the walls are really falling down on you. And this is what they call empathy. Yeah, I'm empathetic. Oh, yeah, I'm going to come over there and say the same stuff that your mind is already telling you. Oh, and all they're doing is making them more of a freaking victim. So if you were depressed about life, they're making you more depressed about life by making you more of a victim. You're stuck in the victim mentality instead of coming out of that. You know how many people commit suicide because they're stuck in the victim mentality? And this is what they want you to be like. They want you to be a little soft, pliable thing that they, who's they? Fake jokers, trick jokers. All the people that lie to you, people in the media, politicians, they want you to be this soft putty that they can just mold. And being in the victim mentality is the way that they can do it. What are you talking about, Joker? You ever heard of somebody saying, oh, you're taking advantage of them when they're in a vulnerable situation? Oh, you're swooping in on them at that crucial moment? That's what they're doing. They're keeping you in that moment. This is why they don't like Tony Robbins, because he's helping people get out of that, and he's helping people become more aware of themselves as an individual and what they need to be doing in their own lives. That interferes with the bull crap that people like Buzzfeed, and it's not just specifically Buzzfeed, they have owners and they're told, hey, this is the agenda you need to push out, so I don't care how many articles you push out, you just need to keep this agenda going. In short, if you just want to understand what I'm telling you here, is Buzzfeed is saying a lot of bull crap about Tony Robbins. And I'm going to let you see that Tony Robbins backed himself up. But I still like Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is still helping people. Buzzfeed, you failed. Buzzfeed, you're trash. People that own Buzzfeed, people that support Buzzfeed, fake comment people that say, I knew it all along, Tony Robbins. I knew something was up. You're lame. So there's an audio clip that they're playing that they took out of context that you might be hearing. You probably hear it on Young Turks or whatever. But they're talking about December 2018. Robbins was in Palm Beach, Florida for another Date with Destiny event. Woman stepped up to the microphone speaking softly. She told Robbins that her husband had emotionally abused her. That set Robbins off in a 50-minute secret recording obtained by Buzzfeed's news. He launched into a tirade, punctuated with expletive Latin questions. What the blank is emotional abuse? Are we that weak that someone can't tell you with passion what they are feeling without them abusing you? She's focused on her needs, he went on. We've not heard one thing in the last 12 minutes about his needs. And we're already characterizing it as emotional violence? There's no thing. Then she says, there has been physical violence, the woman clarified. Robbins shot back. What led to that? What role did you play? I'm not suggesting there's any excuse for hitting a woman, so hear me. But I also want you to know that people don't just act a certain way. So they take that one little clip after all that time he's been speaking with this woman and helping her out to say, oh, he's just a horrible person. When the problem is, oh, he's just not being that soft-talking trick like they want him to be. Non-helpful person like people at Buzzfeed. Trick Joker, who wrote the article, how many people have you helped? How many million people have you helped? Like, get their life back together? I would say 0. And at the writing of this article, you're at negative, Trick. You're bringing people down with this crap. Tony Robbins responded, this letter is one that I would have preferred not to write. I have been the target of a year-long investigation by Buzzfeed. Unfortunately, your organization has made it clear to my team that you intend to move forward with publishing an inaccurate, agenda-driven version of the past pierced with falsehoods. Dang. Okay, then there's a video that we're going to watch. After more than a year-long investigation by your online entertainment company, you allege that approximately 20-30 years ago, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was negligent with both my employees and individuals who chose to attend my seminars. You also allege, through anonymous sources, that I pursued conflicting intimate relationships. Your claim range from indistinct to ridiculous. We have evidence to prove that your reporters rejected and otherwise ignored factual accounts from several individuals you contacted. In cases, those individuals were even harassed and lied to when their accounts did not align with Buzzfeed's predetermined thesis. You trick jokers. You freaking... So, they're lying on Tony Robbins.
Listen to this video message to really relate to you the truth about my intervention with Tony Robbins and to make sure that the truth comes out. See, Buzzfeed has contacted me to hear my opinion about my intervention with Tony and actually what happened and how was my experience. I related my experience. I told them how I had changed my life, how my life and the way I see everything around me has totally changed. I wrote a book in 27 days, made bestseller. He's helping thousands of people change their life, leave toxic relationships. And Buzzfeed just basically continues to try to use pieces of the intervention out of context to make their point, the point that they want to make regardless of the experience that I am relating. Tony and I had a very sacred moment in that intervention. He served me a lot. You know, I thank him for everything that has happened in my life thus far. I have put the work, but I couldn't have done it without that wake-up call that Tony gave me. So I am extremely thankful, extremely grateful to have my life in my hands again and to be able to help others to do exactly the same. So to BuzzFeed and to everyone out there trying to judge experiences out of context and something that they haven't lived, I say to you, do not interfere in people's path and in people's healing, and let everyone choose the venue in which they want to grow. Thank you.
What was going on with me? I pay money to put myself in that position. Then when I stand up, I am not going to listen to what that guy is telling to me. That person, Tony, that has changed millions of people's lives, I will have to be an idiot not to try to understand what the purpose is. See, we forget that the people that are trying to help us are also human. We forget that the people that are trying to help us are also serving. Tony was vulnerable. Tony gave everything he had in that moment to help me, and I was able to see that. And I think every woman should. I have totally changed my life. I have ownership of who I am today and what I want to do. And instead of making me harder on people, it's actually making me softer. I became a woman after I realized what my issue was. How taking responsibility for my life, my desires, takes me back to my core and to who I really am. Since then, I wrote a book in 27 days. It's called How to Love Others Without Losing Yourself. And it's dedicated to Tony and Sage, and it's dedicated to everyone out there that cannot explain why can they connect to others and why can they feel loved even if somebody loves you. Consider that if that is the case and if you feel that way, you are most likely striving for perfection rather than being vulnerable in relationships. And that's taking you away from where you want to be. So I really want to say that if there's any article out there, if there's any comments made by reporters and people that are trying to put words in my mouth as far as like, what did that intervention mean to me? I want to tell you that that intervention changed my life. And I am so extremely thankful. See, taking ownership and responsibility and not being a victim is your choice. You're not going to change your life, changing your partner's life, changing your partner's behavior. Ask yourself, why are you there in that position in the first place? And who have you been? Why are you trying to change that other person? Why? What is that going to do to you? We think it's going to change everything, but it's really not going to change anything. Tony, thank you for this huge shortcut. I now can move on and I can live my life on my terms.
So BuzzFeed has a problem with this woman having her life changed. BuzzFeed doesn't want you to have the same effect. They don't want you to go to the Tony Robbins shows. No, they want you to just sit there and mope around and listen to their little stanky old articles. Oh, be a victim. This woman right here, look at this. Bestseller, How to Love Others Without Losing Yourself. She wrote this book. It had a #1 release. She stepped out of being a victim. Good things happen when you do that. Taking ownership. There are people who don't want you to do that. Why would you support somebody like that? BuzzFeed and others. Anybody talking down on Tony Robbins, based upon what Buzzfeed says, you might as well just cross them off. Don't listen to them. Because they're trying to take away something good for you. The intention tells you everything.
Redsilverj, all I gotta say.